welcome back to Talk of the Town. You know Marcus Walsh. Marcus is no stranger to WHHI-TV. He's the voice of football. He calls football. He does voiceovers. He does all kinds of things for us. And so we're glad that he's joined us as a guest on Talk of the Town.
Thanks, Robyn, for having me.
He's also a singer. He sings bass because of his voice. So Marcus, tell us a little bit about you, about your background, where you're from.
Well, originally from Canton, Ohio.
Okay.
And just ever since I could talk, which I guess was around the age of 2 probably, right. I wanted to get into broadcasting. I didn't know where exactly to start with that. I was a huge fan of Peter Jennings. Wasn't he great?
He was great, yes.
And so I initially started watching a lot of the news coverage from the early 90s. And then I started doing stuff with game shows, watching game shows. I still am a big game show fan as well. And then I started watching and listening to sports.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? This is where I belong. This is what I want to do. And so through schooling, seminars, obviously being a college graduate, slowly but surely working my way up. And then I had a buddy, Paul Jacobson, several years ago, actually in 2013, tell me, I know this guy by the name of Wayne Morris, and he may need some help along the line with WHHI-TV. Paul told me that he ended up doing some stuff for the station back in the day, and we both had similar backgrounds. And that's where I am.
That's your story. Now, did you realize that you had a broadcast voice when you were young? Did you? Because you've got to have that rich, resonant, deep voice that you have.
Yeah. I didn't really recognize it, when I was super young. Certainly a lot of it has been through training.
Okay.
And I've called numerous sports. I've done certain things with opera as well, taken voice lessons back when I was in high school. So I've learned certainly how to use my voice in various facets, certainly with the voice changing a little bit, and I quote say little bit. Over the years,
right.
I've learned how to use it and kind of manipulate it to the sound that I want for certain things.
Very good.
And so what you hear on a voiceover, it even changes from voiceover to voiceover.
Sure.
It would certainly be different than what you would hear from me calling a football game or a basketball game as well.
So you said football. Mm-hmm. So this is September. We're on the throes of September. So it is time. It's time. So what exactly will you be doing for our station?
Yeah, I'll be doing the play-by-play for our football games starting on September the 10th. We actually see Thomas Hayward Academy twice on the 10th and the 17th against Bluffton and Hilton Head Prep. So I'll be doing the play-by-play. I'll be doing the sponsor reads. Might be doing a little bit of stuff with the pre-game shows, introducing Daniel a little bit, possibly. Daniel Court's going to be my color guy. So he'll be doing the halftime shows and then the interviews for the coaches after the game, the post-game show. We'll also do segments for the news, which Daniel and I will be on camera, and I will host those. 2-3 minute segments, which we will feature Beaufort, Hilton Head, Bluffton, the whole bit. So it's going to be, about 3 hours of fun on a Friday night for all of you to enjoy. It's a great time of year, and then after football, basketball will be going, and I'll be doing much of the same with the basketball season. And again, we'll cover Beaufort, Bluffton, Hilton Head, and it's great to have the opportunity to work with Daniel and everybody at the station from the top down. It's been wonderful over the years working with so many great people.
Well, with your background and experience, you could go national for sure, but you seem to have a heart and a passion for local.
I
for
do.
Local news and local sports, and why?
Well, with this area in particularly, it's all based off the fact that I just love this area. I had been vacationing here to Hilton Head since from 1996 until I moved to the Lowcountry in 2012, and I lived in Bluffton for about a year and a half, and then I moved on to the island. And it's being from Ohio, I like to call this the Ohio or Midwest of the South, and it truly is.
I'm from Michigan, so
and there you go. So this area just does a great job of cultivating relationships, and you get to know people very, very well if you just take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And it's just a great place to live, work, associate with others, and it's been wonderful being a part of it.
If you had any advice, Marcus, for a young person that wants to get into broadcasting, whether it's doing what I do with news and interviewing or sports, what advice would you give?
A couple of things. Never turn down an opportunity. Be eager to learn and be eager to learn everything. And we all go through a certain scenario where we want to do one thing and one thing only. Like for me,
Right.
being on air, being a talent.
Yeah.
But, learning other skills, Mondays and Thursdays,
Right,
I'm
you're
in
here
at the front desk.
You're the face, the front
At
desk.
the face and the voice on the phone.
Right.
And doing that stuff as
Right.
well. And it's been great. And it's been a learning experience for me to branch out, do other things. I'm involved with the Heritage as well, checking bus
Yes.
DVDs in April for the tournament. Hopefully we'll get back to that this year, in 2022. So learn as much as you can. Never say no.
Right.
Be kind to people. Always give back to those that have given something to you. And just have a positive outlook and attitude.
Which you do. Marcus, it's been so good to get to know you and
Likewise,
work with
Robyn.
you at the station. And also, we've been singing together a little bit.
Yes.
So-
it's been great.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Our
you.
time is up. And thank you all for watching Talk of the Town. We appreciate your time. And we'll see you next week on our show. Bye-bye.